Houston Parks and Recreation Department in partnership with companies, foundations, and private donors to revitalize 25 neighborhood parks. And Haviland is one of those 25. Yay. Now, again, I know I asked earlier, but can I get another quick show of hands for attendees who have completed the survey? We want to make sure, all right, you're doing good. Those who have not completed the survey, if you will, on your table, there is a QR code. If you will scan that QR code, it'll take you to the survey. It's a 2 to 3 minute survey. Please complete it. If you do not want to use the QR code, we actually have paper copies. But we want everyone in attendance to please complete the survey. We want to hear from you. What do you want at Haviland Park? And then we will be starting in 4 minutes with the actual presentation. You will meet Lisa Hernandez, our senior engagement manager. And what we're asking is that you share with us what you want. Thank you, Houston Police. Houston Parks Board is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to expand, improve, and protect parks and green space in the Houston region. And so the presentation will begin at 6:30, but again, we want you to check out the display boards, ask questions of our project team, and if you do not get a chance to ask your question, we have comment cards at the table so that you can write your questions down, and we will make sure that we get those. So if you didn't get a chance to visit our Houston Parks Board welcome table, please do so. I see many of you with Houston Parks Board swag. We want to make sure you get sunglasses, shades, pens, frisbees, anything with Houston Parks Board to promote what we're doing. And again, we want you to remember that Houston Parks Board is the nonprofit organization whose mission is to expand, improve, and protect parks and green space in the Houston region. We want to give a special thanks to Mayor Pro Tem Castix Tatum and her office, as well again as Pastor August and the congregation of One Church at Bethel's family and all the community organizations represented here. Again, if you're looking for volunteer opportunities, please come check out Houston Parks Board. We have another QR code you can scan, share your information with us, and we will connect with you for those volunteer opportunities. 3 minutes, we will be ready to start, but as you wait, if you get a chance, visit the display boards. And again, thank you so much. Complete the survey. If you have not completed the survey, take 2 to 3 minutes and complete the survey. Thank you. Thank you. It's 6:29. We'll be ready to start in a minute. Again, please remember to complete the survey. You completed yours? All right, we're at 6:29. We will be ready to begin at 6:30. You will meet my manager, Lisa Hernandez, in a few minutes. Again, complete your survey. Use the QR code or the paper copy. And it is now 6:30. Thank you for being here.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see all of you. My name is Walter August Jr. I'm the senior pastor of our church at the One Church at Bethel's Family. We welcome all of the visitors and everybody here from around the city for this One Park Houston listening session. And I just want to share with you momentarily, we thank God for our cooks and caterers and our volunteers. Can we give them a hand this evening? They are volunteering their time. And I want you to know that Bethel's Family Church have been around in this community for going on 31 years. And God has truly favored us over the last 31 years. This church, believe it or not, was started in an apartment complex just down Fondren off Dumfries with 11 people. And God's favor and the people's faithfulness, 31 years later, we have a campus that's over 24 acres of property within this sector. We have several different nonprofits that actually impact community in an awesome way. One is Bethel's Heavenly Hands. Bethel's Heavenly Hand has been around for 20 years, and they have outgrown this building, so we lease 15,000 square foot of space on Fondren, where 14,000 people eat from that pantry every month. Fully staffed with volunteers, so nobody in this community go to bed hungry at all. And that's because of the heart of our church body. We also have Bethel's Family Christian Academy, which is the educational school across the street. And it goes up to the 4th grade, Ms. Pye. It goes up to the 4th grade, and each year they will continue to add grades. They got a great vision. We have a building diagonally across the street that we need to complete. And hopefully next school year, after 26-27, that building should be completed to expand that educational wheel in this community. We also have Bethel's Global Reach, which is our missions arm. I just got back from Africa about 2.5 weeks ago, where we bring doctors and nurses and dentists and serve abroad. And as a matter of fact, in the last 15 years, I want to make sure I'm right, Pastor Holman, how many trips? 180 mission trips globally outside of this particular city to impact hundreds of thousands of lives. And of course, we got Bethel's Place, this building here that handles job placement, job training. Anything the community needs, this church is on the front line. And even through COVID-19, we did not shut the doors of our facilities because we are a first responding agency to make a difference for those who have great needs. So there's a lot more you can kind of view on the website, bethelsfamily.org. But I want to thank the Houston Park Board, Ms. Lisa Hernandez, for inviting us to the table to hear about the vision of Haviland Park restoration. And we're glad that you're here. So please know you are tremendously welcome here at the One Church at Bethel's Family. Let's give it up for Ms. Lisa Hernandez as she come and lead us in this sector.
Thank you so much, Pastor, for that wonderful introduction. As Pastor August said, I'm Lisa Hernandez, the Senior Engagement Manager with Houston Parks Board, And it is an absolute honor to be here at Bethel's Family Church hosting this listening session. Let's give Bethel's Family Church a shout out for hosting this and providing the food. Yes, yes. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next slide and tell me, good sir, if we went to the next slide. Awesome. So we're going to go through, I know it's a little blurry up there, but I'll talk us all through it, and then we'll have an opportunity to do questions and answers at the end. At your tables, just a little bit of housekeeping. There should be a flyer with the survey QR code, so please make sure to scan that with your phone. Also at your tables should be comment cards. We're going to have a question and answer session. So if you have a question while we're presenting, please fill out the card, and I will have this gentleman in the green shirt collect the cards. But we'll also have an opportunity to pass the mic. So if you have a question during question and answer, you want everyone to hear what you have to say, no problem. We'll bring the mic to you and make sure that you're heard, because that's what it's about, is the listening session to get improvements, feedback on improvements for Haviland Park. So what we'll do is I'll introduce Houston Parks Board. Y'all may not know who Houston Parks Board is and what we do. So I'll introduce Houston Parks Board, and then we'll go through information about Haviland Park. I'll have our design firm, Tally Landscape Architects, come up and talk about the park and some potential ideas we're proposing for the park. We want your feedback on that. And then we will do gift card giveaways at the end. We're doing 6 gift card giveaways to Food Town. So if you didn't get a little blue ticket, thank you, a little blue ticket, please make sure you go to the welcome table, see Miss Linda Carper to get your ticket. We'll do gift card giveaway at the end. Must be present to win. Must be present to win. All right. With that, we'll go to the next slide. And we were supposed to have Mayor Pro Tem Castex Tatum join us tonight. She wasn't able to join us, but we do have her Chief of Staff, Dee Dee Chavis, with us. So I'm going to invite Dee Dee up just to say a few quick words. So let's give it up for Dee Dee.
Thank you, Lisa. Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing? Yes, great. Like Lisa said, Mayor Pro Tem Castex Tatum, your council member for District K, sends her regrets. She wanted to be here this evening, but she did have a family emergency. But I'm here and honored to be here on her behalf. I'm Dee Dee Chavis, her Chief of Staff, and want to say thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us. And another big round of applause to the One Church at Bethel's family and Pastor August and the team. Thank you all for hosting us and this community. I would be remiss, I know it's protocol. I don't know if there's any other elected officials here present. If you are, please stand up and be recognized. I don't see any. Okay, and I do want to also thank the Houston Park Boards for working with this community and also for pushing out the mayor's initiatives, the park improvement, Let's Play Houston. I also want to recognize our South Gessner Houston Police Department, Sergeant Juarez and Officer Tebow here. Thank you for joining us. Again, welcome, and we want to hear from you. Mayor Pro Tem and the community members and Parks Board and the Houston Parks and Recreation Department recently did a walk and talk at Haviland Park. We were joined by some District K stakeholders, our Braves Oaks Management District, our Westbury Super Neighborhood representatives, and I see that they're here this evening, and the Westbury Community Garden, other community members were present. So thank you guys, but we still need to hear from you. We need to hear your voice. And like it's been said over and over, please do the survey. Let us know what you want to see at Haviland Park, because your voice is important. This is your community. So why not say, hey, this is what I want at Haviland Park, and give us that information if you will. Again, it's important that you share what you visualize Haviland Park to be. So we want to hear from you. We're looking forward to what Houston Parks Board is going to share with us. And for the rest of the evening, I'm going forward. Let's play Houston.
That was good. I like that. Well, hey, hold on, Dee Dee. Speaking of Let's Play Houston, I actually had a picture. If you look up on the screen, I had a picture of Mayor Pro Tem dunking a ball at Simon Minchin Park. So Mayor Pro Tem Cassius Tatum knows how to play. So thank you so much. I was going to do that and surprise her, but you gotta take a picture of that. Let her know we had that up there. So thank you so much for that. So really quickly, just a little intro to Houston Parks Board. You may not know who we are, and that's perfectly fine. We want to introduce ourselves to you and be a good neighbor to your community. We're a nonprofit organization. We've been around since 1976. So again, we're a nonprofit. We work really closely with the City of Houston Parks and Recreation Department, and we're serving as project manager for this park improvement project. We know Haviland Park has some issues, but it can be really, really great. And that's what we want to do, is work with you to make it great. We don't want to design a park that you won't use. We want you to see yourselves in the park. And so that's what we do as project manager. And it's our mission to expand, improve, and protect parks for everyone. We're driven by the vision of an interconnected system of parks and trails, because we believe everyone deserves equal access to a great and well-maintained park. So that's who we are. And then I keep looking up to make sure the slides are going, but I know they are. We have our nonprofit. I'm an employee of the nonprofit. Can I get my Houston Parks Board employees to raise their hands? Thank you so much. We got a whole team here tonight to hear your feedback. Yep, thank y'all so much. I've also got volunteers here with me this evening. We are guided by strategic priorities for our organization for the next 5 years. Neighborhood parks is the number 2 top priority for us. Number 2 priority for us, improving neighborhood parks. Because we always hear about the bigger parks, Buffalo Bayou Park, Memorial Park, Herman Park. What about our smaller neighborhood parks? The ones where we take our kids to go celebrate their birthdays. What about those parks? Those parks deserve love, and they get overloved at that. And so that's why we have strategic priority number 2 to focus on neighborhood parks. So a little bit about our history. That didn't go. There we go. We're also most well known for the Bayou Greenways. So have any of y'all walked or bicycled along a trail along a bayou in Houston, a waterway in Houston? We got Sims. I got some hands raised there. So we also build hike and bike trails along the bayous. So y'all are kind of sandwiched between Sims Bayou and Brays Bayou. We also build hike and bike trails along those bayous called Bayou Greenways. If you want to check them out, come see me after. I'm happy to direct you on how to do that. But we're most well known for that, connecting communities along the bayous through hike and bike trails. But we're not going to really dive into that too much because I want to get to our park work. Houston Parks Board has been working on parks, like I said, for nearly 50 years. And so we've touched a ton of parks, small and big, throughout the greater Houston region. If y'all have heard of the Lee and Joe Jamel skate park downtown, we worked on that. We also helped develop a junior golf course facility out in Southeast Houston. So we've done everything from the smallest tiny parks to these huge parks in Houston, and we're really excited to be working on Haviland Park. So why we're here today, Let's Play Houston. It's a new initiative. It's a mayoral initiative between Mayor Whitmire, Houston Parks and Recreation Department, Houston Parks Board, in partnerships with businesses, corporations, foundations to improve 25 parks throughout Houston. And so Haviland Park is one of those parks, as you heard Ms. Linda mention earlier. We have done work like this before in District K, so I just wanted to feature a couple parks that we've done. We did Mayfair Park out in the Fort Bend area. We did a new playground there, did a walking loop trail, added detention, some nice fencing, and some security lighting. Mayfair Park, it's a really cute neighborhood park. If y'all want to go check it out and see the work that we've done. Those are a couple pictures from the park opening. I got Mayor Pro Tem in that picture there. She came out to the ribbon cutting. We also worked on another park called Simon Minchin Park off of West Fuquay. That park was similar to Haviland Park, needed a lot of love. We added a new parking lot, new walking trails, playground, the works. And now it's a beloved jewel of the community there. So we're really, really excited to bring some of those same ideas to this park, but like I said, we want to make this park for your community based on your uses. So you tell us how you use Haviland Park and what you think would benefit you and your neighbors. And at the end, you'll be able to go up to the boards and give your comments. Let's Play Houston. Our top priority is to help improve critical issues at the parks like safety and security. So we know Haviland Park experiences its fair share of issues right now and for a long time now, and that's why we got HPD South Gessner Division here with us at this meeting. The design of a park can help with safety and security. So we've got that at the top of our mind when talking about this park. We also want to tackle infrastructure issues. Haviland Park right now, there's a swing set with a fence around it. Can't be used. And so how do we work together to improve that for the neighborhood? So we want to tackle longstanding infrastructure issues, and we're partnering public and private dollars to go towards this. So we're asking companies are sponsoring these improvements. They're giving funding to this initiative, and the Parks Department is giving funding as well. So that's where the money is coming from, which helps make our dollars go farther by pairing companies, private companies, with the city dollars. And that way, that's how we're going to make these improvements at the park. This map you can't read, but the point is that it represents the 25 parks across Houston. Right now, we're doing 11 simultaneously. So I'm here with you tonight. We're in Sharpstown Thursday night. We're in Southeast Houston Friday. So we're doing all of this simultaneously, but each neighborhood is super important to us. So we want to make sure we're getting a good amount of input. I want to challenge y'all. I challenged Pastor August. Out of all the parks in the initiative, one park had over 300 responses to the survey. I could not believe it. Pastor August has assured me we will get above that number for this area, and I'm pretty sure we can based on the turnout tonight. We will prioritize those improvements based on feedback in that survey. So we're doing the same thing with all of those other parks in those neighborhoods. Like I said, there's a lot of parks that need love, and we went through a rigorous process to select Haviland Park. We looked at equipment conditions across all of the neighborhood parks and saw what was in the most dire need. We also looked at data for the neighborhoods, different neighborhoods as well. So again, why we're here tonight, Haviland Park. So I do want to make sure we all are on the same page about Haviland Park. It is a City of Houston park. It's owned and operated by the City of Houston Parks and Recreation Department, and we as a nonprofit are coming in to help and make sure that this project gets off the ground and goes through permitting, design, and construction. And we have done this, like I showed you, at many other parks. We're going to do it again. And so we're excited to partner with the Parks Department on this park. The park is pretty large. It's 18 acres. But as you'll see on the boards, there is a portion of the park, about 10 or so acres, that's heavily wooded. We understand the community's desire for wanting to make improvements to that area. I do want to be clear that the funding we have for this particular project is focused on the active recreation areas, but we did outline that as future because we know the community wants to clear out that area, perhaps do a walking trail through that area. We hear you, we see that, we understand that, and so, we're going to take those comments as well to make sure that's recorded in all the record and hopefully develop partnerships to do that one day in the future. But on the boards, you'll see that we're focused on the active recreation parts of the park. And then we do have a little bit of history. For those of you who didn't know, there is this infamous basketball court and building at Haviland Park where you can't see through to the basketball court that was built by the Greek Orthodox Church, or the swimming pool, right? Where I'm looking for Richard, the swimming pool was built by the Greek Orthodox Church. Yeah, and then now it's a basketball court. It was filled in, and now there's that building right along the side of it. So that's a primary focus of this. But that's just a little bit of history on the park. But as I mentioned, it is a city park, and we're the nonprofit coming in to help it. There's a variety of amenities at the park. It could be a really, really nice park. We did a walk and talk on June 14th with Pastor August, Bethel's family, and some community leaders. It's got a really nice loop walking trail. It's got, like I said, that basketball pavilion, the parking lot, the swing set. It's got open green space, picnic tables, and benches. So it's your typical neighborhood park. But like I said, we're here tonight to talk about how we can make it better. So those are just some of the amenities at the park, and we like to say that just in case you haven't been to that park in a little bit. Who's actually been to the park recently, like in the last month? Raise your hands. Oh, that's awesome. Great. Well, y'all know what it's like. And for those of you that haven't been in a while, those are some of the amenities that are there, but definitely could use some improvement. So as I mentioned, we did a walk and talk on June 12th. I was so excited that about, 20 people? Yeah, 20 people showed up for that walk and talk. So we walked the entire park. And I will tell you that your pastor, Pastor August, ventured into the heavily wooded area of the park to see what was back there. So he got an on-the-ground view of what it's like in that heavily wooded area. But we wanted to get a sense of what was at the park, walk it together, and talk to people who were there using the park. Because sometimes people at the park there aren't going to come to a community meeting. So we wanted to meet people where they were, so that's why we did that. As I was driving past the park tonight, there was a little family gathering happening at the park, and there was a gentleman holding my yard sign. He had picked up the yard sign from the park and was telling people about the listening session and that improvements are coming. So I was actually really happy to see that. And then there's just a group photo of us at the walk and talk, so we had a really good time. I think it's time, Elizabeth. So at this point in time, we really streamed through that so that we could get you to this part. As I mentioned, Houston Parks Board is a nonprofit project manager for this. We have hired a design company, Tally Landscape Architects. Elizabeth is with Tally Landscape Architects. Yeah, we can give them a round of applause. How about that? Pressure, no pressure, no pressure. So she's going to walk you through some ideas we have. And this does factor in some initial feedback that we've heard, but we're throwing it out there for your consideration. And then we'll get into the question and answer session, listening to your feedback. So with that, Elizabeth, if you want to walk them through what Tally Landscape Architects are thinking.
All right, good evening. I'm happy to see so many people here. This is fantastic turnout. So as Lisa mentioned, we put together just some ideas we had for ways we can improve the park, but sorry, I'm not on my right spot. But these ideas are just a place to start the conversation. Really, we want to hear from you, the people who use the park every day, and hear what you want and what you need. But to start things off, looking at the basketball court, that's one of the visually striking areas of your park. It's one of the first things you see as you drive in. As you probably know, the roof needs some work. It leaks when it rains, and the building on the end is closed off, can't be used. And so we're thinking about maybe take that down, open the space up, and use that area for something else. It could be for exercise equipment, or if you want bleachers for your basketball courts, or if you just want another seating area. And so that's sort of thing we want to hear your feedback on. As you know, the playground is fenced up right now, and so I think new playground equipment may be high on your list. Do you want it to go back in that same location? Do you want it to be moved from another area of the park? We also want to hear your feedback on that. The walking trails around the park, it has a combination of concrete and asphalt. The concrete seems to be in fairly decent shape, but the asphalt could use some work. And there's also the wooded section that has picnic tables and grills, but no walking trails right now. We might add some additional trails to open up that space. The parking lot, we noticed, doesn't have much striping. It could maybe be resurfaced if y'all want to add parking stops or something else. We got feedback from one of the events that people go out there and do donuts and stuff in the parking lot, and so we could maybe add something to help stop that if that's an issue you're concerned about. The open play field, I've heard from people, is used for all kinds of sports practices, football and soccer, and so if you want to see a little more development on that, maybe putting up some goals or something, that's an option, something we can talk about. And then the picnic shelter, getting some more picnic tables out there and all around the site, maybe adding some light there. The lights that are out there could be upgraded to LEDs. We could add more security lighting. I'm seeing a lot of nodding for that. And then if there's areas in the park that hold water or need some drainage help like that, that's one of the other things we can do as we're coming through and doing the rest. These are just some of like the overarching ideas. Really, we want to hear from you. What are your top priorities? And so once we know what is most important to the community, we can focus on those and try and get you the most bang for the buck within this budget. And we really want to help make something that you're happy with and you're proud of and you love using.
No one will be able to hear you, so we got to do a mic whenever we get to. We're going to get to the questions in like a second. If you could wait. We're going to get to the questions in like a second.
Oh, don't ask?
Can you give me 2 minutes?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
open it up. Thanks.
Still has one more slide. Thank you, ma'am.
The next slide is just some pictures. So the information I just went over in this next slide are on these boards up here and out in the entryway. So after this, we'll invite you to come up, talk to us, tell us more what you want. We have sticky notes where you can write down ideas if we haven't covered what you want. We have dots you can put on your favorite ideas, and we just want to talk with you. So I think now we have time for questions.
Thank you so much. I did receive 2 comment cards. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. I received 2 comment cards, and since I received this one first, if you don't mind, ma'am, I'm going to read this one first, and then we'll get to you. But we do have comment cards on the tables. If you have questions, you can fill those out. Mr. Ron Delaney right here in the green shirt with the green mic will pick those up as well, but we also got the mic available if you would rather prefer to speak in the mic. So the first question is a really good one. Can we partner with local law enforcement for regular patrols or a neighborhood watch presence? Very good question. That's why I have Houston Police Department South Gessner Division here. So we got our Sergeant Juarez and Officer Tebow. There we go, Officer Tebow. So I'm going to turn the mic over to him for that question. And then, as I understand it, you also visit the patrol. I mean, you visit the park a lot, so you got a good experience to share there. But I'm going to turn the mic over to you at this point.
Thank you. Good evening. On behalf of Captain Donovan, I'm sorry.
No, just stay on this side. Yeah.
So thank you for inviting us out here. Again, I'm Sergeant Juarez with the South Gessner Division, Officer Tebow. Both of us have been out here for over 25 years, so been out here for a while. In regards to the question, we definitely can, there are a lot of things that we can do. For instance, we can have a meeting out here with the community and come up with ideas on how to address the problem that you all see at the park. Whenever you're ready, let us know. I can share my contact information after the meeting, and we can stay in contact, and hopefully, anytime, just let us know. Give us at least a few days notice so we can get something together. I'll bring the whole team. I can invite Captain Captain. I keep getting confused with Commander and Captain. Yeah, it keeps changing. But I can invite him out here, and we can get together, come up with ideas. As far as things that we can do, well, Officer Tebow, he patrols out there on a regular basis. I don't know if some of you have seen the Polaris vehicles, those off-road vehicles. Well, that's one of the some of the vehicles that we use to patrol areas like the parks and the trails. And the reason why we wear this bright uniform, in case you're wondering, because we also ride bikes. So we're part of a community unit, and so we actually patrol on bikes as well. So we have the capability to check the park, go behind it, go deep into the back of the park if that's what it takes. So, but yes, so if y'all are interested in having a meeting with us, let us know, and we can set it up, and so we can come up with ideas on how to address some of the concerns and issues that you may have with regards to the park. One of the things that we have done recently is the apartments across the street. We actually Heights on Post Oak. It's right in front of it. So we actually set up a meeting with the ownership of the apartments. So I know back then, and they may still have some issues, but not like it used to be. Back then, there was a lot of drug activity, a lot of vacant units. They didn't have the gates, and the fencing wasn't up to par. Lighting was bad. So we had a lot of crime out there. And so one of the things that we do and also did with the complex, we reached out to them and worked together to come up with a plan. And so if you haven't noticed, they put up a lot of cameras, they fixed the lighting. I believe they fixed the gates? Or they might have fixed the gates by now. So they still have some things that they are working on to improve. But overall, the costs that we get at that complex are very little compared to what it used to be before. Before it was constant, day and night. Now we do get some calls, but it's not as bad as it used to be. It's getting, so we know that the things that management and the things that we suggested are actually helping to improve the area.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And they're going to stick around just in case we have other questions. I think this one goes along with safety and security, but I'll answer this one. What can be done to make blind spots and hidden areas more visible? I love this question. That horrible, horrible building on the side of the court where you cannot see through from the street. I have heard collectively that we want that torn down. Can I get a round of applause on that? All right, thank you. We want that down as well, so that can help. And then if there's parts of the park where we need to do some pruning, and there's like some trees, I think they're probably invasives, the Chinese tallows that probably need to come down, but that is part of the process. We want to make sure that safety and law enforcement, as they're driving through the park, can see through the park. So I also invited the officers to go up to the boards after their meeting to give input on the safety improvements, because we want to make sure that they are giving that perspective when they drive by, being able to look into the park. So yes, definitely the design can help increase the visibility from the streets into the park. That wooded area, as I mentioned, that future area back in the corner, that's not being touched right now as part of this project. I know it needs to be, and we hear you, and we understand. But the rest of the park, we will do what we can to make sure it's a safe and secure park in the design. So thank you for that question. And then I'll bring you up if anything. The next question is, will there be any financial impact to the residents of the community? What's the budget? I love that question. So the funding for this project is coming from the City Parks Department budget, as well as private companies. So Joe Schmo Company wants to give funding to this initiative. Joe Schmo Company can. So we do have a list of companies that are giving funding to this. We know that we can do the funding for all the parks in this first phase, the first 11 parks in this phase. We have funding secured. So we don't need to come to the community and ask for money. Yes. And then what's the budget? Ooh, we get to shape the budget tonight. This is community budgeting right here. So based on your priorities, that will help shape the budget. So that's the gloriousness of the situation we're in, is that we get to co-design the park together. And then that will help shape the budget also for the park. So once we close the survey in 2 weeks, we get all the priorities down, the design team takes a look at it and see what's feasible for the park. That will help shape the budget. So that's the answer to that question. So I like giving that answer, because usually it's like a firm number, but this is movable because it's based on your priorities and your feedback. Disabled, thank you. Disability access was one of the questions about disability access. So we will make sure that all improvements are ADA, American Disabilities Act, compliant. So if we build something new, there will be an ADA accessible walkway to it. And I believe the parking lot itself needs some ADA improvements for people of all abilities. So that will be part of the design process. Am I good on that question? Restrooms. There's multiple cards with restrooms on it. So restrooms are a hot topic, and restrooms can be pretty rough to keep an eye over. So as of right now, we're not proposing restrooms at this park simply because of the issues we see with restrooms at other neighborhood parks. They can be haven for drug activity and other types of activity. We don't want that at this park. And also neighborhood parks the size of Haviland are meant for the surrounding community to come to. And we're assuming that you will plan, hopefully, to use the bathroom beforehand and after. But we know with little children, that doesn't happen necessarily that way. And sorry, we can't control that part of it, but a bathroom addition could potentially bring additional crime-related issues, and I'm sure they would. Oh, I'm seeing a shaking of the head right there. So that's a no on that, but that's the reasoning, in case y'all hadn't heard that reasoning before. What is being done to repair roadways leading to the park? I don't know if we got anyone, and I know we had some colleagues from City of Houston here, so I can't address that question right now, but I will be sure to share that comment. We've got Canemont, Fawn Meadow, and other surrounding streets. And I know they're bad. I drive on them. Oh, you might have a question?
Well, just a suggestion. If you all see any issues that need to be repaired, if you can take a picture, send it in to 311. They'll assign it to the correct department. So 311, or you can do it online. You can do it by calling. So if you see any issues that need to be addressed, if you don't report that, nothing will get done. So please call it in if you have any issues.
Oh my goodness. I just downloaded the new 311 app. It is amazing. You're standing in an area, it knows where you are because you allow location services. You take a picture of it, and then you can also see everything everyone else have uploaded. So now my favorite thing to do is when I go to my parents' neighborhood, I open up the app. I'm like, what's going on? So 311 app on your phone, super easy to use. My parents have it, and now my dad just reports everything. So, but yes, please use that app. But I will also personally ensure that they receive that comment about the streets nearby. Because I'm sure the person who asked that question wants to make sure it's a holistic approach. So I appreciate that. How can I love this too. These questions are so good. How can we involve kids and students in the design process? They also have ownership and pride in the park. Erica and Linda, do we have our design a park little flyers that we have for activities for the kiddos here? If not, we want to make sure those get distributed. We have a Design Your Dream Park 8.5 by 11 sheet. Yes, kids' value is important as well. They're experts in their own park needs. They know what they need for a park. And so we want that input as well. So we do have a little worksheet for Design Your Dream Park Playground. So if your children haven't received that, please make sure they get that. And then, I don't know, maybe y'all bring it back to the church, and Pastor August, I'll collect them from you in the future. That's one way y'all could do that. But we definitely want that, because we have at other parks have done that as well. We've had Design Your Dream Park activity, and some of the ideas are really good. And then also, I know the principal from Forrester is here. Raise your hand. Hey there, the new principal for Forrester is here. So we also are going to go to his school in August. He's going to have an evening where we can come out and have a booth there to talk about the park. Make sure the kids and families are involved that way. Okay. I need a time check also, because we got a lot of good questions here, so I'm going to have to prioritize. What time? 7:30? We got 5 minutes? Or do you need to say something on the mic? Yeah. Move on to the boards. Okay, so let's move. Well, I want to respect the people who wrote these questions, so if y'all got a few more minutes, we'll get through these. Do neighborhood parks have bathrooms and water fountains? So water fountains, I know we talked about the bathrooms already. Water fountains, can we add any more?
Adding more potentially, depending on where the water lines run in the park, but we can definitely make sure the ones there are working. So if y'all have issues with those, let me know, and we'll work with the Parks Department to get new water fountains put out if they're not working.
And then grass needs to be consistently cut. So as we know, Parks Department is on, they just had some budget cuts recently, as y'all might have heard with the city. They do their best. They do their best for the park. So, we can't really control that consistency. However, parks can be adopted by community groups that have resources to help the Parks Department. So if there is a group that wants to help adopt the park and be part of the solution, that's totally possible as well. There is a church in East Houston, North Shore Community Church, Pastor Dixon, that helped maintain part of Herman Brown Park. And him and his youth group went out there to maintain that park. They had an agreement with the Parks Department, so that's totally possible for communities to help out as well. Splash pad for the kids. It would probably, even though we're shaping the budget tonight, this single item would wipe out a lot of the other amenities. Splash pads are way more expensive than what you think and incur a high maintenance cost as well because they're consistently having to be fixed. So what I've heard is that y'all would rather improve other amenities than pour all money into one thing. So I think that that's our answer there, but we respect that opinion, and I appreciate y'all voicing that because there's 2 votes here for a splash pad. I know we want something fun to do with the kiddos. I understand, but it would absorb a lot of that other funding going to other amenities. So that's the thing. And then the heavily wooded area needs to be improved, has encampments in it. So maybe encampments, that heavily wooded area there at the corner.
As a matter of fact, that's some of the things that we do, encampments. So we'll go out there in the morning and look around, see what's going on. Thank you for bringing it up. If we see any other locations, if y'all want to write down my email, I think it'll be easier. And so if you have any issues that you want to report, please send them over. I'm going to spell it out because just to make sure that you get it correctly. It's Jose, J-O-S-E, Juarez, Juarez, at HoustonPolice.org. So if you want to send me a quick email, let me know what the problem is, and we can go out there and take care of it. But remember in the morning.
Thank you. And I see a couple questions about park closings and openings. City of Houston parks are usually open dawn to dusk. If parks have gates on them to the parking lot, the park rangers for the city parks department goes around to those parks to close those gates. It's based on how many parks in the area have gates and how quickly they can get to each park. So it's not like X park will be always locked at X time. It's a moving variable. So the city of Houston actually has park rangers. They are spread out between 382 city parks. Yeah, just take that in. City of Houston has 382 parks. So they are spread throughout all of the parks. And so we will get more information on if there's a question about like gate opening and closing at the park. And was that your question?
No, so my question is that if we adopt a park or if the community adopts a park, is that a way, are we allowed to lock and shut those gates as part of the adoption?
I don't know. I usually can answer every question and I can't answer that, but I hope my colleagues are taking notes over there on the questions. I love it. Never received that one before. I do not know the answer to that. I would assume that is a city service that needs to be provided, but if someone else in this room has that answer, I appreciate it, but we'll take it down. Next question is football field with lights and an actual track. So yes, I've heard that before. Yes, football and I thought soccer or divided fields. That's what I've heard that people want. Yeah, for the community, so for the kids that play there. So we heard that on the walk and talk, and I appreciate that. So y'all are here, and landscape architects can hear that and look at the space we have to be able to do something like that. But I know the church actively wants to program the park after we do the improvements. So I know y'all want the fields, the sports fields, to be up to par to be able to do those activities on. So we appreciate that. Yes, Ron.
Yes, how you doing?
Hey there, good.
Is it possible, I know you were talking about the football and the soccer, we need 2 of them, 100 yards apiece. Also, security is needed at the park. The trees need to come down. Some of them trees need to come down at the park. So it's all about building up the youth, building up the kids. The kids is the future.
Yep, I appreciate that comment. That's why we have Houston Police Department here tonight. As we know, they got a lot of area to patrol. They got beats they have to cover in neighborhood streets. But that's why they carved time out of their schedule to be here this evening and offer a follow-up meeting, maybe do that at the park to talk about that. And maybe there's an outside funder that can help with additional patrols. I know that different entities like management districts and TERSs can pay for overtime for officers. So maybe there's a solution there for that. Yeah. Okay. And then the comment about the football and soccer, anything to add there for that?
There we go. Yeah, we're good. So the present field, as you know, is not regulation size. If we're looking into expanding that, it would involve moving into the future zone, which wasn't currently in the budget, but as you mentioned, the budget's flexible, so if there's a lot of interest, we could maybe do some clearing, but minimally, we'll look at improvements for the field that's there and make it more usable for you.
And then I think that warrants a further conversation after, so let's make sure to talk about that in person based on the space we have. Estimated timeline for completion. I'm looking at you, Richard. Estimated timeline for completion, 2020. What is this? 2 years? So within 2 years. Okay, so we have to go through the design process. Design, and I know then permitting, then construction, and construction will take 1 year. Okay, so then so we'll do the groundbreaking and then the ribbon cutting. So from now until then, it's about an average of 2 years to go through the design, the permitting process, and then a time while it's being built. So that's the question about that. There's a couple more questions about water facilities such as pools. So that would just take up all that green space in the park and take the budget. And I don't think that's not going to be feasible with this particular project in this budget. But I appreciate y'all asking that. Oh, we got a couple more questions.
I've seen a couple questions about adding amenities like grills and stuff, and that's definitely things that can be added, and adding signage to the park, remind people to clean up their litter and other things, and that's all definitely things that can be included.
And then there was a couple more questions here. I think we got to, playground. We talked about the playground already. Shade for the playground, having it covered is important because of the sun. So we'll look at that. And then I like this one, culturally relevant artwork. So representing the community at the park. So that's pretty cool. I like that suggestion right there. So thank you, ma'am, for giving that input. Talk to us after. Let us know what you're thinking. And I'm kind of streaming through these right now because I want to be cognizant of time. I'm probably over. And then are we going to... Oh, you already addressed that one? Okay. And then signage. We talked about signage, safety. There's a lot of comments about the football field. So I think let's have a conversation after with the designer here so she can hear she can hear that. Y'all can have a one-on-one conversation. I think that needs to take place during that time. So, with that being said, make sure to fill out. I hope I responded to a majority of comments, but real quick, just to make sure that I'm respecting everyone in this room, was there a question someone answered that you didn't get answered that was different than all of the other questions asked? I tried to make sure to group them. We've got 2 questions there, so please appease us. Give me a couple more minutes with those, and then we're going to get to the gift card giveaway after that. So remember, must be present to win for the gift card giveaway. Make sure you got that blue ticket. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, my question is that you put in a lot of things in the park, but that you didn't mention about a cooling center. Because if it's hot in the park, people can fall out and things. Although they got all of this.
You keep the mic to your...
That's why mainly people put a pool there. Because when you hot, you get in the pool. But if you're going to build all these things up, and there's no cooling, so you're going to have somewhere a cooling center is. So you're going to have to put that in your budget and take something out. Because you all decided They say we're gonna build it, but you basing it on everything you all want. So you gotta you want to please the people in this community. Okay, you want to please the people in this community. So give the people what they want and not what you want.
And that's what we want to do.
Well, get the cooling center in there.
Okay, well, I know the city of Houston has cooling centers open throughout the city right now as we speak. And so I'm happy about that. But thank you so much for your comments. That's exactly what we want to do tonight, is make sure the community's feedback is prioritized. We don't want to design a park that people won't use. That's not the goal here. So appreciate that comment, ma'am. And then someone asked if we're going to build an obstacle course. So let's see how the playground can be fun and challenge children to do some challenge children in the playground. So let's do that with the playground. I think, show of hands, how many people want a nice playground at this park? Yes. Okay, so we can make sure that's fun and whimsical and challenging for the kids. Okay, I really want to get to the gift card giveaway because y'all have stuck with me tonight and asked all the questions. So can my gift card selectors please come up to the front of the room, please? Please come up to the front of there we go, Miss Linda. All right. Got Miss Linda coming to the front. We'll do the gift card giveaway. So make sure to listen for your number. Okay. We need a kid. We need a kid to select. All right, there we go. I need another kid. All right, there we go. We got 6 gift cards to give away. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Just choose one at a time. Oh, one. Okay, thank you, sir. You want to read the number out loud?
No, hold on.
90, 93, 69, 96.
Say that one more time. What? Wait, say it one more time.
93, 69, 96.
All right. Yay. Thank you. You can go sit down. Thank you. All right. Who's next? Yes. Oh, you didn't get one? Did we already have 6?
Okay.
937010.
And same individual. 9370. Say it like that.
937010.
No one's here? Say it one more time. Oh, we got someone? Yay. All right. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Awesome. All right. You want to go next?
937007.
Say it one more time.
937007.
What? Oh, here you go, little man. I'll take that from you. Thank you for helping. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. You want to read the number?
937037.
Say it again.
937037.
Nope. Let's see. 937037. Nope. Oh, sorry, little man. Let me take that from you. So the person's not here, so I'll take that. Oh, you want to give that to me? There we go. Yes. Thank you so much. We'll go to the next card. This one was on the floor. Was this one already called? No. 936. Who was? Wait, hold on. I want to take this. Who brought me this ticket on the floor? Was that you that brought it to my attention?
937045.
Hey. Very nice. Let's check it. No, kidding. I'm sure everyone's telling the truth. We're in the house of the Lord. All right. Okay. We got 2 more to go. Okay. You want to read it out loud? You don't want to read it out loud? Okay. How about we say it together? We all say it together. How about that? 937013. What? All right. Yay. Thank y'all. We got one more. Where was that one that we just read? No. Let me see that one. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So we got one last one. Miss Linda. All right. You want to all read it together again? Come closer. Come closer. There we go. Show it up so we can all see it. 937030. Hey! All right. Thank you guys so much. Y'all can go take a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, well, we got to check. There we go. All right. Well, that concludes our meeting. Special thanks to Pastor August. I don't know if you want to come back up and say any closing words before we depart. Thank you to Bethel's Family Church. Appreciate it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, fill out the survey. Come visit the boards after. Pastor August, thank you so much.
Family, let's go ahead and give the Houston Park Board a big round of applause and for their volunteers and their board members. And Bethel's family, please remember that this is a blessing from the Lord. It's an on-time gift to our community. And let's continue to pray for the work that they do that will enhance this community, but it's just a start. And also remember, and I want the Houston Park Board to know and all of their affiliates, that Bethel's family is not just a recipient, we're also a collaborating partner. We have a strong muscle of people resources, and we're willing to come to the table and roll our sleeves up and do our part as well. So thank you all so very much. Family, as you leave this place, please be careful as you leave and drive home, but please know you're welcome to come visit our campus anytime. And if by chance you're looking for a church home, I had to put that plug in there, right? If you're looking for a church home, we do every generation alive is in our church, from pregnant moms to those in their late 90s. We have everybody in the house. And so on Sunday mornings, we have 3 services. So if you like to get up early, 7 o'clock in the morning, and we can have you home before 8:45. Look at God. The second service is at 9 o'clock. And then we have 11 o'clock, and we have ministries all the way through. But thank you all so very much. You guys have a great night. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Here's for the football. God is first. Family second. Team is third. Now I'm last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a great night. Thank y'all so very much for being here.